Hey, you guys, Desmond here.
And LaCresha.
Welcome back to the channel.
Woo!
And today we got some things to talk about with Miss Canada versus the world.
I said Miss
Get
Canada versus
into it.
World. Why is my lighting like this?
I have no idea, honey. But before we get into it, I have to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate that. Now, what did we think of these two episodes of the Weather Ball
There we
and
go.
Stand
I
Up?
look like myself now. The weather ball.
What did you think of these the two episodes?
Uh, I think they were okay.
They were good. I enjoyed them. Um, my heart was broken a little bit in the second episode. We'll get to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Fully understand. So it
Hmm.
hurt a little bit. But overall these two episodes are really good. I am really enjoying Canada versus the World. I'm not sure if I just like the Queens better on Canada.
Well, because they're all familiar queens, so
So was UK versus the World, but I feel like this is more of a enjoyable process.
I think because you like these queens.
I like the UK versus the World Queens, most of them. I like all the queens. Let me state that I like all the queens. I do, but some of them are just not my cup of tea.
Hmm.
But I will say UK versus the World made some of them queens my cup of tea. I'm like, you know what? I like you.
Right, like they changed my mind about Jimbo a little bit.
Yeah, well, I was already a big fan of Jimbo going into you didn't. And I was probably the only Jenny Jacquet fan going into it.
Mm.
Because I love Jenny. Okay. I didn't start off Holland season one loving Jenny Jacquet. But by the end,
Right.
I was
This
like, you
is
know
over
what?
here.
I fucks with her. I fucks with her. But yeah, so I don't know what it is about this group of queens. Like I think they blend better together too.
Yeah, there's more chemistry
Yeah,
this way.
yeah, they gel together better and it's more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, more camaraderie.
Yeah, the only thing is, they're not playing cutthroat like you know what I'm saying?
We're not playing as cutthroat as the first season.
Versus World was going for blood. You know what? We're gonna play fair. Well, Canadians are nice, so they're like, you know what? We're in Canada. We're gonna play nice.
Hey.
But baby, if I was there and if I was winning, strongest bitch out. Bye, bye. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into these two episodes. The first episode we're going to get into is the Weather Ball, and this was right after Stephanie Prince's elimination. So they're
Mm,
in, they're reading the message, saying goodbye to Steph. The traditional stuff in at the beginning of the episode. So
mm-hmm.
congratulate Raja and Isis for that amazing lip sync to Skater Boy. That was, and I want to thank Candace Drag Race Canada versus the World because Skater Boy has been pretty much on repeat since this lip sync.
Mm,
And I'm like, come on, like I've always liked Skater Boy, but something about this performance just kind of stuck in my head.
mm-hmm.
It's like every morning, it's part of my morning playlist now. Like I gotta hear it as we're going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But yeah, Anita, poor, I love
Mm-hmm.
Anita, honey, but the confidence wasn't here this season.
No,
Like
it really wasn't. Like she
we
seemed
saw like
really,
the
really
first go
shook,
around.
especially this episode.
Yeah, like we saw it all over down under, but I'm not sure if maybe because she felt out of her element. Because I know she
Mm-hmm.
felt lonely in the first episode, and she was glad she was able to make friends. And that can play a toll on you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so she was talking about her struggles, and then they asked Raja who did she pick. And first she said she's gonna pull a BB and not share her lipstick, but she went ahead and shared it anyway, and she also chose Stephanie Prince. So we come into the next morning. This was cute little spy little thing Victoria did, but she needs to be careful because she rolled into the workroom. I'm like, honey, your knee.
Right.
Like we still got a little PTSD about that knee.
Mm,
So please, careful, careful,
please.
please. But they're sitting there and they're chatting. They congratulate Isis for actually winning the lip sync.
That's such an odd picture.
You know, I got it. I'm like, I was gonna cut it, but I'm like, you know what? We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. But the conversation, again, Anita was in a state of delusion.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But Isis actually said, Anita is the weakest here. And I'm like,
Ooh.
oh honey, we being honest.
Well,
It's true, but we being honest, okay.
cutthroat, as it were.
So RuPaul shows up on the screen, gives them their message. And then Brad enters the workroom. And for once, I don't hate what Brad has on.
I could have dealt without the tennis shoes, but other than that, yeah.
That part, that part, I was just going to say that, friend. Those shoes, honey.
The shoes were a choice.
If we look like this, amazing.
Yes, with a little gray dress shoe.
Yes, but Brad.
Or even a boot. But that the tennis shoes, the forces, whatever they are. No.
And they're not even clean. But I'm gonna be quiet. I was texting our friend Stephanie, and she was talking about the outfit that Brad has on the next episode. And
Mm-hmm.
for Brad to be a stylist,
Mm-hmm.
where is the style? Because this is ridiculous. Like this in Canada season 3. I'm like, Brad, what do you have on? Are you making decisions? Who's making these decisions for
I
you?
think somebody else is making style choices for him.
Couldn't it be me? If I was a stylist, bring the clothing selection in here and I'll figure something out. Bring it in here. But no, no, no. But this is good. This is good. Minus the shoes. But Brad announces that this week they'll be doing the weather ball.
The weather ball.
They're gonna have 3 categories: air body lace, Arctic Foxic Lady, and
Mm-hmm.
Rain Couture. Caught in the Rain Couture. Let me say that one more time. Caught
Caught
in the
in
Rain
the rain.
Couture.
Couture.
Okay, just want to make sure. Apparently there's no pit crew this season because this magically popped up. And for the Caught in the Rain Couture, they are gonna actually make this out of non-conventional materials.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bath related things, raincoats, loofahs,
Mm-hmm.
like
The
that.
regular.
Regular. Now there's a better shot of it. So you're sitting
Mm-hmm.
here, you're thinking about what you want to get. What would you have gone for first on this table?
Mm. What would I have gone for first?
I would have went for the raincoat.
That's what I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I probably would have went for one of the raincoats. I probably would have went for the pink one. Did anybody use the pink
I don't know if they did. They did a really good job repurposing it.
one? Mm-hmm.
If they did, but yeah, I think I would have went for that. I think I would have. But yeah, there was a little moment when the lights flashed before they went. I thought that was really funny. But they're
Mm-hmm.
running, they're going down. Well, Isis went down, and then Silky bumped her.
Oops.
I'm like, poor
That's
Isis,
a whole lot of silk too.
poor Isis. But yes, they got their material and they're working on it. But let's go ahead and get to the main stage because there's a lot of looks that we got to go over. Well,
Mm-hmm.
first, the hostess, Miss Brooklyn Heights. What do we think of this lemon-inspired look?
It does look like lemon, don't it?
Honestly, anybody who wears any form of canary yellow that's white is going to give lemon to me from here on out. You know what I'm saying?
It could be Alaska. It could be Katya. It could be.
The color is always going to be tied to lemon. So if I see any white queen put on yellow, I'm be like, yeah, lemon. Giving us lemon realness.
You know what? I love it. I don't think she misses really.
Cute. This is cute. I like it. I like it. Like this works for me.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been part of the dress. That
Right.
that would have been fabulous.
Mm.
But we have Brooklyn. We're joined by Brad in this god awful outfit. Brad, where is the style?
Not where are the jokes, but where's the style?
The style, honey.
Mm, mm, mm.
But we're joined by Hollywood J, who slayed as always.
Mm-hmm.
We were joined by Jeannie Becker. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. And she's also a stylist for the stars, darling, for the stars. She actually looked nice, but we'll be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said, I think it was Maddie Rand. Shout out to Maddie, huge inspiration.
Oh
Um,
yeah, look, because I know Victoria Scone watches him.
yes, I believe he's the one who says she looks like Patty LaBone, a knockoff version of Patty LaBone.
Oh,
And ever since then, I'm like, I see it. I see it. I see it. But yeah, so let's get to the category. First is air, body, and lace. Up first is Vanity Milan.
whew.
Stunning.
Yes, giving you body, oddy. Love how the lace matches the skin tone,
Like this is good.
and you love you a thigh high.
Mm.
Is
Oh, I do.
it a bodysuit? Yes, yes, it is. But it's a good bodysuit.
And, uh, now listen, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But oh no, I got this shot here of Vanity because she looked good. Oh, I got multiple.
That's how I know you love the look.
I love this look. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
I'll lie to you. Up next is Isis Couture.
Yes.
I like this. The only issue is the top piece of it. It was kind of loose.
Uh-huh.
So like I wish it was like more to the body, but I can
Yeah.
a
Like
little weight
I
while
don't I don't know, because a lot of things are made for like feminine bodies, and a lot of these queens no longer like do the breastplate
mm-hmm.
plate thing. So a lot of them move, and they don't do like the seductive move like you would if you had titties, because then the titties move with it, and it's like all good. Yeah,
But I love this look.
yeah.
This,
I love the purple.
that part, this color purple.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her.
The appliques on the thighs.
Like this is head to toe love. Love, love, love.
Mm-hmm. And them shoes.
Up
Yeah, I'm a
next
shoe person.
is Victor Scone.
Victor Scone.
For the first time, we've had a drag king representation on the runway. Now, we did have some drag kings in the workroom for drag props. And although
Yes.
Victoria does not perform as a drag king, this look is just to show everyone that a drag king can compete
Mm-hmm.
the categories of whatever it is.
Yeah, because this was excellent.
This was excellent. Rumor has it, France was gonna cast a drag king for season 2,
Uh-huh.
but Wow stepped in and was like, no, we want America to be the first season to cast a king. So that gives me a little hope that maybe for season 16 we'll have a drag king,
I hope so.
because I've already heard a rumbling about who's on 15 and
Mm.
no king. So hopefully for 16, but I would hate that we have to wait that long when we can get a king as soon as next year if we go with France. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But hey, America, I guess America's like, well, we need to be the first at something.
You were the first to have drag race, period.
Yeah.
Like,
But every other box, another country had the first. The first trans winner was Thailand. The first person to have a cisgender woman was the UK. So it's just like they're letting all the other countries say, like, no, we want this.
well, no, I guess they didn't have the first straight man, but
But they did have the first straight man, Maddie Morphosis, first cisgendered man.
yeah.
But yeah, they I heard the rumblings. I'm not sure if it's true, but that's what is around the world. But yes, we had this lovely reveal. This was everything.
With all the hair.
The hair on the legs. I'm like, yes, yes, come on, come on.
The ice pack they forgot to remove.
Yes, I saw Victoria's tweet about that. But yes, I had to get plenty of shots of that. Up next is our homegirl Raja D. O'Hara.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
Serving Cruella DeVille after dark.
I like this, but she's given RuPaul Circle about 5 years ago.
Oh, because of the hairline.
But this,
Not even 5 years ago.
and you can see where the makeup kind of stopped too. So I'm not sure if it slipped back and she didn't notice.
I think it slipped back and she didn't notice.
Bring that down, honey. Bring that down. But the look is,
Because those shoes are kind of high. She probably hit herself on something on the way up.
but yeah, this is cute. This just it was cute. Up next is Rita Baga. So it's okay.
It's all right.
This pink kind of washes out on her. Like it doesn't
I
really.
still think she needs to improve on her makeup skills a little bit.
I think her makeup is fine. Like I can see the improvement from her last time on Canada's.
Well, yeah, there's improvement from last time. I just think there could be more.
I'm okay with it. I just don't think this this color flatters Rita. The look is okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay.
it should have been all black or brown.
Something to pop on her skin tone. Up next is
Peach.
Ganache. This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This is beautiful.
I would love to see Silky in a heel because she don't wear them too much.
Baby, this is everything. Hold on, I got one more. No, I got one more after that. Boom. This was a really good look for Silky. I really enjoyed this. Up next is Anita Wiggle. I thought this was cute. Oh my God. I didn't like the wig.
Yeah, I was about to say the wig is a little basic, a little shake and go.
Shoe. I would have chose, a blue shoe.
I would have chose a clear shoe.
Yeah. So, but the actual outfit, I thought this was cute.
As a matter of fact, I have a shoe that would look really good with that. I'm like, give me a minute, I could go find it.
Yeah, and then we have the reveal here.
Yes, with the tassels.
So up next is the category Arctic Foxy Lady. Up first is Vanity Milan.
Yes.
This was everything for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was so cute.
Is it a bodysuit? Yes. Does it work? Yes.
And I'll speak on a little bit more later, but I thought that was a bullshit critique. Oh, they were both bodysuits, but they were completely different.
Exactly.
They were both basic bodysuits, but they weren't.
Right.
But we'll get to it. We'll get to it because I might have to hurt some people's feelings here in a minute. Up next is Isis Couture.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was given a little abominable, snow witch.
During Fashion Week.
Yeah, right. Abominable snow bitch during Fashion Week.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Victoria Scone. I love the message behind this. I love the look.
Mm-hmm.
I love how she said this outfit is completely made of recycled outfits that she's already worn. I'm like, yes. Yes, come on. But what did you think of this look?
I liked it. It reminded me a little bit of the Utica outfit.
Oh, uh-huh.
The one that she made.
I'm gonna say she did make it out of sleeping bags. I see where you get the comparison, but they're a little different for me.
Yeah. Well, I said reminiscent. I didn't say it was an exact copy. But other than that, yeah, I loved it. It was cute.
It was an exact copy. It jumped. I'll run down there. Well, up there. Are you down or up? You're
I
up.
think I'm down.
No, are you down?
I think I'm down. I am down.
Are you down for real?
I think I'm either down or I'm over.
I don't know, honey. I don't know. Geography wasn't my subject.
I think I'm down because Waco is down.
Waco's down.
Waco is down. Dallas is up.
Oh, I thought Dallas was down.
No, Dallas is up.
I got it back.
Waco is down.
Okay, well,
Austin is down. I'm closer to the equator. Central Texas.
Up next is Raja D. O'Hara giving us a
Give
little
it,
claws.
give it, give it,
I thought this was really cute. This looks like
give
something
it.
old girl from the Grinch would wear.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone.
Yes.
I forget her name, but I lived for her. Her styles was everything. A little
Mm-hmm.
lived for her.
Mindy Mayhew,
Was it Mindy Mayhew?
something like that.
But yeah, this outfit I love. I love the faux fur. I would have chose a different wig.
Yeah,
Purple
yeah,
signature color, so I'm not tripping on that.
exactly.
Yeah,
The makeup always hits.
always. You
This
know,
got her in trouble her last season too.
is there anything else you want to add to this?
No.
Up next is Silky Nutmeg Ganache. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous. On
Yes.
top of the tree.
Yes.
Oh, I love this.
The little purple for royalty.
Yes. Yes. Silky
See,
Silky really showed out with these runways this season.
she really did.
Really
She
had.
said, I'm gonna be somebody's winner somewhere.
And even though they didn't particularly care for her runway for the next episode, I was okay with it. We'll get to that though. Up next is Anita Wiggle. 8.
Yes.
She came out on this and I'm like, oh yeah, this is from the trailer. Ooh.
Mm,
This is the best I think we've ever seen Anita look on both of her seasons.
right.
Like this was a look, honey.
She got a signature hairstyle though.
Oh, I love that head to toe. Tens. Tens.
I love that dress. I want that dress.
This would have got a
I'll
10.
look like Silky in that dress, but I still want that dress.
Yes, this was a really good look for Anita. Really good look. And now it's time for Caught in the
In the
Rain.
rain, couture.
Caught in the Rain Couture. Caught in the Rain. That's
Mm-hmm.
Vandy Milan. Boot. Boot. Big boot. Big boot. This was not it for me. This, big no.
Understandably so.
This was a big no for me, dog. Big no. What did you think of this look?
It was okay, but it wasn't the best look.
No, not at all. Not at all. Up next is Isis Couture. Now, I will start by saying this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Head to toe. Oh, this is good. But it's not the category. People were upset that she didn't win this week. And I was upset at first too.
Mm-hmm.
But I was watching somebody's review. You know, I watch a lot of reviews. I can't remember who's it. It might have been Maddie Rance again. It might have been Maddie. But the category is Caught in the Rain. And her explanation for this was the pollution in the ocean. What does that have to do about being caught in the rain?
I don't know.
Yeah. And when it was put that way to me, I'm like, you're right. You're right. This ain't caught in the rain. If the category was just straight up like water or ocean realness,
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I can see it. But this is caught in the rain. What does the pollution being polluted, the ocean being polluted, have to do with being caught in the rain? I still give
Mm-hmm.
it a 2, but it's not the category.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is stunning. Stunning. She walked out and it's like, I still gag looking at it. But she sure does love doing this type of makeup on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me very Oscar from WWE. For those who do watch, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is a great look. What did you think?
It was a good look, but like you said, it just wasn't the category.
Mm-hmm. Up next is Victoria Scone. Now, this one for me barely fits the category. Barely. Because I'm like, okay, the rose get caught in the rain. It helps it grow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reach.
It is a major reach.
But I'm like, okay,
I'll allow it.
Wow. And the fact that she made this bodysuit like come through,
Hmm.
like this is impressive, honey.
I'm just like, where'd she get the green fabric from? I ain't see that up there.
I think they also could get stuff off the fabric wall as well.
Right.
So I think everything else, like the leaves and the accessories that are around it, and even the pieces in her hair, came from the table.
Hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I enjoyed this. Up next is Raja D. O'Hara. From the waist up, I love this.
Hmm.
From the waist from the waist down though.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm pretty sure it was made out of raincoats.
Oh yeah, it was. I
So,
think she said it was made out of raincoats. It didn't hit. It and plus I don't know. It didn't do it for me. It didn't. And I was expecting her to come in here and slay this episode.
hmm.
Slay this episode. Up next is Rita Baga. Up next is Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
Who gave you the category?
Gave you the category head to toe. And I love that even she said in the walkthrough, there's a lot of blue. If you notice, the two winners are the two people who stayed away from the blue
Hmm.
people. But still, um, I really love this. It gives me Caught in the Rain. We're in the 90s, honey. We're on our way to the club.
It's giving Raining Men vibes.
It's giving rain down on me. That's what I'm getting.
Well, I'm older, so.
That's my jam. But yeah, when she came out, that's exactly what I heard. I'm like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I really love this. And she made the boots. She made the umbrella. Like,
Hmm.
come on, Big Silk.
Hey.
And last but definitely not least, we have Anita Wiggle. I'm not a big fan of the one-legged jumpsuit.
Hmm.
I'm not. But compared to what Anita made on Down Under, this is a major improvement.
Right.
So I got to give her, some props.
Hmm.
Props. It is one of the weaker looks. It is, but I will give her some props here. I will give her some props. What is
Hmm. I wasn't a big fan of it either. I was like, I really wish that the two sides that were covered weren't on the same side.
I forgot to say that.
Like it, because then they could have been like juxtapositioned, like, oh, one arm's covered, the other leg is, yeah.
I agree with 100% with that. I do. I do. But that is our ball. So, Miss LaCresha, who had your favorite collection of looks?
My favorite collection of looks, probably Silky.
I would go with Silky as well because
Hers was a little bit more cohesive.
more cohesive. Um, I liked all well, and I liked other people's all three looks as well, but hers were really just
They were the category.
they were the category. She understood what was needed to be done.
She understood the assignment.
She did. But we find out that Isis Couture and Raja D. O'Hara is safe. Do we agree with them being safe?
Yeah, yeah. They had good other looks, you know, and they made amazing outfits. They just weren't necessarily the category.
See, this is where I'm torn because I think there should be a third high placement. As you can see, there's the top two and the bottom three.
Mm-hmm.
I truly feel like Isis should have been in the top. She should have got a high placement here. I don't think she
Mm-hmm.
should have won because the last look wasn't the category.
Mm-hmm.
And sitting here now, I'm really thinking because Vanity's first two looks were amazing. But Raja's first two looks were okay. Now, granted, Raja made a better outfit for the last category,
Mm-hmm.
and I typically weigh the final. one higher, but when your first two weren't as strong, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would have switched out Vanity and Raja and had Raja in the low place. I would
Mm.
have. Because if you look at all three categories, Vanity slayed the first two. And honestly, if she would have slayed this last one, she would have won.
Right.
But if Raja would have slayed this last one, I don't think she would have won. So
Mm-mm.
I think I would switch them out, put Raja low and have Isis as the high placement and just have one person safe, which is Vanity. And it's not like they're going anywhere. They're sitting in the back of the stage. So quit breaking up. It's supposed to be six. That's what we do on Drag Race. Six queens stay on the stage. Sometimes you do eight,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how many are there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you'll do eight. But yeah, one person could have sat back there by herself. It's not like she would have gone to the workroom.
Mm.
But
Like they did this next episode.
we find out that the winners are Silky Nutmeg Ganache and Victoria Scott. Do you
I love the structured wigs too. The two structured wigs are the two that I won.
I agree with this top two. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if Isis would have slayed, well, she did slay, but if she would have been in category for the final one, I think I would have switched her out for with Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, after I saw that first look from Victoria, I'm like, oh, she's in the top this week. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
She gave you something new and original, and it was good.
we find out that Vanity Milan and Rita Baga are in the bottom two. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I lied. Vanity Milan is safe.
Mm.
Rita Baga and Anita Wiggle are in the top two. Top two, bottom two. Do you agree with Anita
Woo!
Rita being in the bottom two?
If it was based on just this last outfit, yes. But then Vanity should have been there too.
I would say, as a collection, Rita and Anita
Mm-hmm.
were the worst.
Yes.
So I agree with Miss Anita and Rita being in the bottom. So we move on to our deliberations. They're chatting, they're congratulating Silky and Victoria, and they both made history in this episode. They are the first big girls to win a ball challenge.
Hey, work.
And I didn't even realize a big girl has never won the ball. I'm like, oh my God, they haven't. So they both made history with this episode. They're the first big girls to win a ball. Proud of them. So they congratulate Silky and Victoria. They're doing their chatting. They sit down, and I got this screenshot here because I feel like we're going to see a payoff from this.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rita made an alliance with Silky.
Right.
And I think we're going to see the payoff to that next episode. Not the episode we're going to cover, but the one that's happening next week with the acting challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, ooh, you smart. But then again, you know me, I would have made alliances too, honey. It's all about the game and how you play it. That'll be the only way. My WWE fans, hope y'all caught that. That'll be the only way I wouldn't send Rita home. Like this alliance right here would have saved her
Mm-hmm.
because going into it, I would have sent her ass to the house.
Mm.
You talk alliance to me, honey, because there might be a time where I might be in the bottom and you in the top. I need you to save me, honey.
Mm.
I like their little lines that they made here. So, congratulations, LaCresha. You are one of the winners of this week. Who's lipstick?
Mm-hmm. Anita's.
Rita's. But we already know how I play, Rita. Unless Rita made
Right.
an offer. Now, if she made me that same offer, okay, I'm sorry, Anita, honey. Like I gotta make the long term goals to make it to the end, honey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rita, what?
Ooh, Lord. The pick on that.
Huh?
Nothing. I'm just looking at the washi tape and the vinyl on the lipsticks.
But yeah, if Rita would have offered me the same deal, I would have took it and sent Anita home. But if she didn't offer me that, Rita. So it's time for the lip sync.
Hmm.
And they lip sync to Nobody's Supposed to Be Here. The
The
heck
Hex
Hector
Hector
and
dance mix.
Hicks. Uh, What's the ballad called? Damn, just give us a ballad. It's been so long since we've had a ballad as a lip sync song. Honestly, I
Hmm.
think the last ballad we had was season 8, was when Chi Chi and Thorgy did, and I am telling you. Honestly,
Didn't
this is the last time.
didn't 13 have Let It Go?
12 had Let It Go.
Well, that Let It Go.
12 had Let It Go, the Broadway version. That was the last. Yeah, I would say it picks up though. I would say it's a ballad. So yeah, Let It Go, season 12. And honestly, if it wasn't a Frozen themed episode, I don't think we would have got it.
We wouldn't have got it.
That was a
And
classic.
isn't it ironic that both of them were Snow Queen themed things?
Yes. Yes, it is. But hey, we got the remix again. This is actually the same one that BB Zahara Benet and Ben de la Creme did on All Stars 3 when Ben, left the competition.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we think of this lip sync?
It was good.
This was a great lip sync.
Silky did her thing.
Yeah, Silky ate.
Silky
Silky ate.
8.
Now, Miss Victoria, she did good too, but Silky, it was Silky.
It was a Silky that making our show. Like,
Yeah, and honestly, they were neck to neck up until the end for me.
mm-hmm.
Like they were doing so good. Right here, this was like, oh snap, honey, who is gonna get this win? Who's gonna get this win? But baby, we're gonna get to it here in a minute. I'm gonna tell you when she lost this lip sync because they were doing good. Silky just dominated here at the end. This right here, when she started doing that little breakdance thing, it went into a split. Girl, this song don't call for a split. And then she did two of
Well,
them.
I mean, it was the I think it was just the hype coming from the remix.
And I think that's the thing. A lot of people think because it's the dance mix, we're supposed to dance. No, the core of this song is a ballad.
Mm-hmm.
So you also got to remember that you got to bring the energy from Deborah Cox. Nobody's supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and when her
Woo!
to some flags, I was like, oh, bitch, she won. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you keep the emotion of the song and still be like, okay, yeah, it is a dance. So let me give you this. Like this was so good, so good. Like Silky. Oh, I bet be lucky I wasn't there, honey, because baby throwing money. Here, take it, take it. And this is how you know they were doing good. We don't get a side by side often.
No,
And I'm like, they are eating. And then another damn.
eating it up, eating it up.
There's no need for a split here. Although this is an impressive split, you hit the floor. A lot of queens don't. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but they make their decision, and Silky Nutmeg Ganache wins this lip sync. Do you agree?
Yes.
I do too. I do too. She ate from beginning to end. It was a lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
hope.
love that fabric.
I hope if I ever see her in the club, she performs it because I'm gonna go crazy. So our bottom two come up, and Silky made her decision. She chose to send home Anita Wiggle.
Mm-hmm.
You are and will always be a global phenomenon. Now set away.
Mm.
So after her elimination, they return back to the workroom. Like every episode, they read the message, they talk about how they're gonna miss Anita. And I really am gonna miss Anita. Like out of all the ones that've gone home up to this point, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna miss Anita.
Mm-hmm.
I love the positivity that she always carried. I love
Yes.
but we sit down And they congratulate Silky and Victoria again for being the top two. And of course, Silky for winning. But
Mm-hmm.
they asked Victoria who she picked. And she also picked Anita. You know, they stated how they felt like Anita pretty much was already given up
Mm-hmm.
and Rita had to fight. So they chose to pick her, which makes me wonder if Anita had a little bit more fight, would y'all have sent on Rita? Would y'all have sent on Rita? Would y'all,
Yeah, well, you never know.
would y'all put, I love a good what if. I love a good what if. But yeah, they're sitting there, they're talking. And even Raja here was explaining how she was a little thrown off because she wasn't in the top. And
Mm-hmm.
I can see that for her coming into it because she did so well on the ball
Right.
for All Star 6. So if that was me, I would be in that same state. Like, yeah, I'm finna kill this. I'm finna be at the
Mm-hmm.
top. I'm finna win.
Mm-hmm.
But we get to the next morning and they're sitting at the table, and Raja is explaining how, she's gonna take this as a building moment and she's gonna grow from it. Isis was a tad bit delusional. Agreed with Isis when she said one of them should have been in a high placement. I 100% that. But to think you should have won when you didn't follow the final category.
The prompt, yeah.
And we've seen people win not following the category multiple,
Mm.
but too many times. But still, yeah, it's just like, especially when it's a runaway challenge, like it was the ball. There was nothing else to judge off of.
Right.
Like if we would have had like an acting challenge and Isis would have slayed, I would have turned my eye to that caught in the rain couture. But like, yeah, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we move onwards. RuPaul is here, and it's very clear that it's a stand-up challenge. That's one thing about Ru's messages this year. She's practically saying, "Okay, y'all, we're finna do stand-up this week. Might as well just did that." And then Brad,
Hmm. What is this?
what the hell is this?
I don't know. Who put these color combos together? And
Where
then said yes. If he'd have wore tennis shoes with this, it would have made a little bit more sense.
those are the shoes you should have wore last week.
Exactly.
Where is the style? You call yourself a
It's
stylist.
styling you.
Where is the style?
I have no idea.
But Brad announces that we're going to have a mini challenge this week. Whoop, whoop, because I was kind of upset we didn't get one last week.
Mm-hmm.
But they're basically doing a cameo ripoff. They call it
Yeah.
mini bids. What did you think of this mini challenge?
Queen Bit. It was cute.
This was really cute. I'm shocked US hasn't done something like this, especially with cameo being so huge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Maybe they're just scared because a certain somebody has kind of sort of ruined it for everybody.
now listen. When she was asked to sing "Oh Canada," and when she said "Oh Canada" to you, what I tell you, it was no good. I had to put my food down because I was eating while watching and tweeting.
Oh Lord.
I never live tweet, but I was live tweeting this episode.
I know.
I had to put my fork down, put my phone to the side, and pause because I was no good to nobody. Okay, I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, they were really funny, like all of them. But we didn't get to see much of Isis in this mini challenge.
Mm-mm.
We really didn't. Like I think that when I got this screenshot was the one time we saw her in the mini challenge.
Mm.
But yeah, like I really enjoyed this. Raja ate this up. This was so funny.
She did. She did. This her thing.
But we find out that the winner is Raja D. O'Hara.
Hey.
On some lovely beauty products from Anastasia Beverly Hills.
This was not the best flattering screenshot.
This one would be for Halloween next year.
You know what? I believe it.
But then Brad announces that we'd be doing a stand-up challenge this week. And because Raja won the challenge, she
Mm-hmm.
the order of the girls and how they perform. So they
Mm-hmm.
sit down, they have their conversation, and we find out that the order is going to be Raja, Vanity,
Mm-hmm.
Rita, Isis,
Mm-hmm.
Victoria, and
Mm-hmm.
we were joined. Well, there was a little moment. Victoria thought there was a little sabotage because she was the only one who volunteered to go last, and she didn't get it, which I thought it was kind of weird. I'm like, she did. She was the only one. But at the same time, I'm thinking like Raja. Well, if my sis wanted to go first and she can't, well, I'm gonna let her close it out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I see why Raja did it, but at the same time, it does kind of be like, hmm. So we're actually joined by Brad's husband, Gary Janetti, which I didn't know they were married.
I didn't know you had a husband.
I knew Brad had a husband. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't know it was Gary Janetti. I'm like, wait, Will and Grace Gary? No. And maybe you should have seen me on Wikipedia. I'm like, shut up. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it was so nice to see Gary. I'm like, okay, hey.
Hey.
Hi. But Gary actually gave some great advice. You know, being a comedy writer, it
Mm-hmm.
really felt good. I'm kind of glad we didn't get Isis's performance because I was kind of worried for her here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of worried for her. I'm like, oh. But yeah, they come through. They have their moment, and typically we go straight to the main stage. But we had some things that went down while the queens were preparing in the workroom before the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Isis was basically just tired. She was just mentally unable to continue on in the competition.
Mm-hmm.
She was basically stating, she won, she went on tour, she came right back,
Mm-hmm.
and she never took a break.
Right.
I understand that. I've worked myself so hard that it was just like at one point, I just woke up one morning, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And she said she felt like that she came back too soon. And
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people felt that way.
and it was hard to watch, but I really do appreciate Isis putting her mental health first. And I was rooting for Isis. I was.
Mm-hmm.
I truly feel like you need to be in the correct headspace to compete on Drag Race because it plays with your mind, especially if you don't play the role that the producers are trying to get you to play.
Right.
And I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but Isis did say production really was on her to do well in the competition because they want the crown to stay in Canada. She said that
Mm-hmm.
at the viewing party. But I can imagine, honestly, just going, and you're like, I need to step away.
Right. Like I need a break.
Yeah. And that was my whole thing when she was announced. I'm like, I'm not upset she's coming back, but it's so soon. It is so
Right. Kind of like on Dragula with Hoso, we were like, are you sure you wanna
yeah.
come back right now?
Like if this would have been Priyanka in this spot, I would have been like, it's been enough time. I would have been
Right.
they were because
We've had two winners since Priyanka. So yeah.
yeah, so Isis also stated she wasn't the only winner contacted, which is true because we knew about them contacting Electra Bionic, Drag Race Italy season one winner, but she turned it down because
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't say it was Priyanka who was called, but she did say the last time she was at Roscoe's, which she was there with Priyanka, they got the
Mm-hmm.
call on the way to Roscoe's that night about doing Canada versus.
Oh wow.
So I'm like. But yeah, that was my one thing about her coming back. I just felt like it was too soon for her. So I'm so glad she put her mental health first and she's like, you know what? I'm a step away. because I've done that so many times. I've woke up one morning and I'm like, you know what? I can't do this no more.
Right.
Things have to change. Things have to change. And once you get to that point, honey, because it did come out of nowhere, but you don't know what a person is dealing with behind the scenes. Always
Exactly.
what they're showing us on the television screen.
Mm-hmm.
All you're seeing is the portion of the people that you're seeing at work, at school, wherever. So when they hit that breaking point and you think it's all of a sudden, no, it's not all of a sudden.
Right.
You, but for me, this has been building for a while. So I fully understood Isis's decision. I wanted her to stay. I did, but again, her mental health comes first. So she was explaining all this.
Exactly.
And this moment right here, I'm like, they're gonna crown Silky.
They should.
This moment here, the support that she showed Isis during this final moment here was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That was truly a sisterhood. And that's one thing we mentioned earlier in this episode, but it feels like a true sisterhood with these queens.
Yes.
And this was a true moment. Fuck the cameras, fuck the competition.
Mm-hmm. Do what you got to do for you, man.
And they did one final group hug, and Isis is no longer in the competition.
Mm-hmm.
In this moment when Silky did a prayer afterwards, I'm like, yeah, I truly feel like Silky's gonna win.
Yeah.
Like this to me, this cemented Silky's win.
Yes.
Yes. But we get to the main stage and we are joined by Brooklyn Heights as always. Looking,
Yes.
yep,
Never misses. Them legs.
everything is right. Whoever's making Brooklyn's dresses, can you start making them for RuPaul? I love you, Zaldi, but you haven't been hitting like you used
I
to.
would need you to style Miss Paul just a little bit better.
You know, like
You
you
can't be letting the extra hosts show you up.
yeah, Zaldi's been hitting and missing here lately. Some when he hit though, he hit.
Right.
When he don't, he don't. You're
Mm-mm.
better than me. You want me to wear what? No, I ain't putting that on. Give me something else. No. But Rue has stated that she fully trusts Zaldi, so I imagine whatever Zaldi brings her, okay, I'll put it on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're joined by Brooklyn, Brad, Tracy, and Brad's husband, Gary Janetti.
Who
So
looks like an old Ryan Reynolds.
it is now time for the comedy night for the world. Up first,
For the world.
up first is Raja D. O'Hara. What do we think about this?
Oh,
Oh,
look at the recycled wig.
huh?
I said, oh, look at the recycled wig. I love the outfit.
Oh, the
The
outfit is
outfit is good. The shoes. Ooh, cliffhangers.
love.
Uh,
I'm talking about ha.
ah,
What do you think of her stand up
a
performance?
short queen. But I thought she did okay. There were no real jokes in her intro. It seemed like just one really long monologue.
Yeah, that was my thing. I'm like, if like I know she's the first queen up, but it really was just an intro. Like I didn't really get too many jokes. It wasn't really funny. It was just like, oh, I'm coming out here letting y'all know what we're gonna do tonight. Now let's get the
Mm-hmm.
people telling the jokes out here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, it's that one person who's not a comedian that comes out and warms up the crowd, like, okay, let's get the ones out here that's gonna do the jokes now. Y'all have
Right. Like, how y'all doing tonight?
you doing good? Y'all ready to have some fun?
You feeling good? You feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
I'm on
great.
my second favorite
You
child.
know,
Okay, let's run
then
the next
here's
one
my
up.
one quick story time that I know will get y'all to laugh. Now we're gonna get to the people who can actually make you laugh.
Yeah.
Desmond, come on out here,
I wonder
and then
how
you come out. Christian McGill, everybody.
I wonder how I would do stand up. I don't know. I've never really tried stand up. I know stand up is harder than what it looks.
Oh, definitely, definitely. That like people be like, "Oh my God, LaCresha, you should be a comedian," because every once in a while I can make people chuckle.
Oh,
But
honey,
I'm like,
hilarious. But I'm not like Silky was saying. Like I'm naturally hilarious, but having to write it down,
exactly.
actually sitting there like,
Like, I think my funniest story, if I were to ever do stand up, would probably be the day we found out my aunt was a paranoid schizophrenic. That is like my funniest story.
I think my funniest story is the time when I caught myself on fire. Yes, I've caught myself on fire. It was on accident, but yeah.
Sir, story time.
Maybe later. Maybe later. And you never know, I might or if I ever get on Drag Race. So we're gonna save that. So
Thomas Sanders story time. Story time.
up next is Vanity Milan. Now listen,
I love the dress, but that was a little too much.
I'm proud of her. She did so much better than her first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, she still struggled. And she forgot pieces and she had to look at her cards. I was okay with that.
Right. Because at least she wasn't like sitting there just reading them like some people.
But yeah,
no comment.
So proud of Vanity. She still struggled. But so much improvement from the roast that she did on UK season 3. So I'm gonna give her just a little clap. Just a little one.
Just finger clap.
But yeah, she struggled. She forgot, but she looks stunning.
Yes.
She looks stunning. Up next is Rita Baga.
Rita Baga.
I thought the opening bit where she came out and was talking in French.
Yeah. That was funny.
That was funny. But the rest, I was just like, oh, okay. Like,
okay. Yeah.
It wasn't funny.
No.
Like you said earlier about Raj, it just felt like she was giving us a monologue.
Right.
And I did like the bit at the end when she made them say Rita Baga's gonna win the competition. I enjoyed that as well. Like the pieces in French were funny.
Right.
I don't even speak French.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe
I'm trying to learn. Duolingo's kind of doing me dirty.
I believe Tracy's the one that said you should have just leaned into the whole French aspect of it because that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I fully agree with that. Fully agree. Up next,
I mean, that was the advice she was given before.
That too. That too. Up next is Victoria Scone giving us substitute teacher realness.
Hey.
But I thought she was funny. I thought she was funny. I enjoyed her. It was a good performance.
Yes.
What did you think?
It was funny. You know, she got a couple chuckles out of me.
And honestly,
but other than that,
anybody else, yeah. I see how she got her top position because who else would have got it? To be honest with you, because she did do better than the queens that went before her. But I felt like she did good. She just wasn't hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to take nothing.
Don't take nothing away from the fact that she was funny. Good. Just she wasn't that funny.
And then Silky Nutmeg Ganache was next. I really enjoyed her stand-up set.
Mm-hmm.
I love the story about going to Brooklyn's house. How she came out, she said, after all them girls, I definitely don't need this. I'm like, oh, shade. Right off the jump. Shade. I live for the shade, honey. I do. But yeah. So what did you think of Silky's performance here?
Silky was hilarious. Mm-hmm. Like I laughed out loud for her. And the outfits, she got more confidence than I do.
I really enjoyed her final joke saying, you know, I'm black in Canada. They'll deport my ass in a minute. Let me get up out of here. I'm like, you better stop. You better stop. And here's the seasoning that she threw.
Dang.
Brooklyn. That was so funny. And the fact that it hit the ground. Oh, and can we talk about there was an actual audience?
Oh, right. It's been so long. We didn't got used to COVID protocol where the thing is just empty.
Empty, or we have the queens from the previous, the ones who've been eliminated who were still.
The eliminated queens just come and sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see actual people. I'm like, hello, people. Hi. Mm-hmm. Hello. Thank y'all for coming.
Hi. Hello, friends.
So the category this week is Plaid Girls Club.
Plaid Girls.
I love this. I love the way.
You see, I got my plan on. Go on, play
Love
it.
how they
I
did.
fit the category, folks. I fit the category.
Up first is where in the world is Raja D. O'Hara?
I got that. I
I,
got that a little
I
bit.
thought this was. Oh, I got two of everybody. Hold on, one more. Boop, there we go. Um, I thought this was great. I
Mm-hmm.
this look. I'm like, okay, Raja, and knowing the fact that she makes all of her looks, I love
Mm-hmm.
the beanie. I love the hat. Like this all works for me. This all works for me. What did you think?
It was good. It was really good. I love the color combo. It was very Raja. Yeah.
It is very Raja, very Raja. Up next is oh my god, whatever. It's Vanity Milan.
This was freaking great.
So cute. Love the reference. Like it
Yes.
came out, I'm like, oh,
Clueless.
I haven't seen Clueless in so long though. I'm gonna have to sit down and watch it this holiday season. I haven't watched it has to
Yes.
be a good five.
It's Dion.
It has to be a good 5, 6 years, maybe even longer since I've watched Clueless. So I'm definitely going to have to sit down and watch that soon. But this look was everything for me. I really enjoyed it. What about you?
I love this look. It was great. I chuckled and I stepped and I watched.
Up
I
next,
think she did a
Rita
good job.
Bad. I actually didn't mind this.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Okay, Rita, because that ball, really, I'm like, girl, girl, but this was cute. I'm like, okay,
She said I was trying to look younger.
I would go traveling with her. I'm like, where we going next, friend? Where we going?
Hmm.
Where are we going, honey? She looked like a good time, a good time.
A good time.
Up next is Victoria Scunn.
Yes.
Yes.
She said I'm giving Lawrence Cheney.
Did I get one? Yeah, I got, I got quite a few.
I can tell which look you loved.
This was everything. And then when she said this was a reference of her as a child having on her father's sports jacket, I'm like, yes, yes,
Mm.
yes. This was so good, so good. And, and last but definitely not least, we had Silky Nutmeg Ganache. Now, this
Shut
doesn't.
up and drive, drive,
I
drive,
was just
drive.
going to say this.
Sorry.
You are completely correct. I don't agree with the critique though that it's giving meet and greet. I'm like, this don't give me a.
No, it doesn't look like a meet and greet.
This looks like she
I
hurt.
think it should have been like maybe a pantsuit,
Mhm. To me,
but other than
plaid
that, no,
is
no
like,
meet and
well, let
greet.
me do something different because I already know what the other queens are going to do with plaid, and I'm so upset nobody gets
Ugh.
lumberjack look. That's what I would have did. I would have. I would have.
But I think everybody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be different because I know everybody else is gonna do a lumberjack look."
At this point, that's how everybody's thinking. So I know the obvious thing would be a lumberjack inspired look. I'm like, anybody else gonna do that? I'm like, ain't nobody else gonna do that because they're gonna be like, oh, I need to think outside the box. Yeah, y'all think outside the box if y'all want to. I'm gonna go get me a lovely lumberjack look, honey. Lumberjack,
Yeah,
lumberjack,
yeah.
and let y'all have it. Come out with a big old axe too. Oh, I would have gave it to y'all.
Denim skirt, plaid shirt with the hat and the little tool belt.
Y'all would have been sick of me. I sure would have did it. Sure would have did it. I probably would have one of those plaid like dresses you see. I probably would have
Mm-hmm.
something like that with the tool belt. Yeah. Y'all have been and
I
walk
did like a little box pleat skirt.
with a big axe. Y'all have been mad at me. But yes, here are our five queens. Who had your favorite look of the week?
Vanity.
For me, it was Victoria Scone. I think it was obvious with the amount of screenshots she got.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have to give everybody props. Everybody did good this week.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody did good. And I need to check Instagram because Isa said she was going to post her plaid look. I need to go see what she was going to do. I need to go see. But yeah. So we find out that the winners of this week's challenge is Silky Nutmeg Ganache and Victoria Scone. We have a repeat from the week before.
A repeat.
Do you agree with this top two placement?
I think Roger should have been in the top. But if you're going, well, no. If you're going off outfit, yes. But if you're going off of performance, then yes, I agree.
Okay, you got to remember there's a challenge. We're not just looking at runways here.
I know.
What's wrong with you?
Shush.
You threw me off when you said Raja in the top. As we read Raja, you talking about putting her in the top. But we find out that Rita Baga is safe, and our bottom two is Raja O'Hara and Vanity Milan. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I do too. I do feel like Rita's funny bit was at the beginning, but she did have a funny bit.
Bit.
I was kind of torn between her and Vanity. I'm like, Vanity could have got the safe position.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been either or for me, to be honest. Either or.
Right.
Either or. I'm just glad it wasn't that stupid rule. Oh, if you're not in the top, you're in the bottom. I hate that rule. I hate that rule. And I'm so glad they stuck with just having a bottom two each week, because I hate bottom threes or bottom fours. The only time I'm okay with that is if they're being judged as teams.
Right.
And it makes sense. Okay, we're judging you as a team, so this whole team right here, bottom. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only time I'm okay, when there's like three or four. The only time. The only time.
The only time.
We go backstage, and it is a very
somber,
very somber deliberation here, because they're both torn. They both have a personal connection with somebody because they competed on the same season together. And for Raja and Silky, this is the third time of them competing together. And on top of that, Silky's torn because they're both her SRV sisters from week. Yep. So it's just like, who do you choose? When they did the meet and greet photo,
that was so cute.
And I love how it gave it the moment to that. I'm like, come on, meet and greet. Come on. But we are here. Vanity and Raja. LaCresha, whose lipstick would you have pulled?
I probably would have pulled Vanity's.
You already know who I would have picked.
You'd have picked Raja.
Raja. You gotta go. And we're towards the end too. This is the perfect moment to make a move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I always said I might play fair at first, but wait till we get halfway to the end. Oh, honey, that's what I'm gonna make. Baby, you gonna call
me? Honey, I'm about to chunk you up.
I'm gonna send y'all to the house.
Oh,
I am. But we got to the main stage, and I love how they came out with the fingers up to reference the last week. Love how as Victoria went down the runway, more and more fingers.
More fingers just.
Oh, we got to a fist. Oh, but we found out that they're lip syncing to "Your Daddy Don't Know" by Toronto. Honey, did you know this song?
No.
Me neither. I didn't either. And I'm like, this has to be a Canadian song, but to reference that Roscoe video again, Kendall and Isis were like, what the hell is this song as well? They don't. And I'm like, oh, I thought this was like a big song in Canada. No, don't nobody know this song. They don't know the song, but this was the perfect song for Victoria. Oh my goodness. She ate this lip sync alive. Now, Silky, she started off good.
Right.
On beat, I'm like, oh, she finna give it to us. She finna.
Right. I think it was when she started trying to take the outfit off that she kind of messed up.
Yeah, that I fully agree. Once she took off that outfit, It got a little sloppy. It did.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little sloppy. But they both did an amazing job. But Victoria, baby, your daddy don't know. Huh? What your mama finna do tonight? Baby, baby, this was so good. Brooke's face, I had to get this. I'm like, yes. Yeah, this is what we're talking about earlier. From here, this is where Silky just kind of struggled. And you could tell this isn't a song that she would normally lip sync to.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about Silky, when she hits the lip sync, oh, she hits it.
Mm-hmm.
But when she don't hit it, she don't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Miss Victoria here, baby, your daddy don't know what your mama gonna do tonight, honey.
Mm.
It was just a fun lip sync. It really was. Really was. And then they kissed it, it did.
They kissed the dead. I'm pretty sure that's the first man she didn't kissed in quite some time.
It is their reactions. I was like, yeah. I was Tracy when it happened. I'm like, oh, but yeah, I liked. But they made their decision, and Victoria Scone won the lip sync. Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
I do too. I do too.
yeah.
Did a really good job. And she won a trip to Iceland, courtesy of Pink Iceland. I'm like, I
Hey.
find it odd on the even episodes they give out trips. Have you noticed that?
Right.
2 and 4 they gave out a trip, and then episode 1, 3, and we'll find out if episode 5 gets money next week. Was given,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, Silky was safe to slay another day. So
Yeah.
the bottom two comes up onto the stage, and we're led to believe that Victoria was about to make a decision. I really thought somebody was still going to go home, and I'm like, oh, maybe they'll do a top 3 for Canada versus the world. That'll be
Right.
cool. But Brooklyn said you were not send anybody home today.
Nope, not today.
Not today. So therefore, Vanity and Raja, Shantae, you both stay. The
Woo!
first double Shantae in Canada's Drag Race history.
Yes.
And it went to 2 non-Canadians.
Hey. And two melanated queens.
Melanated non-Canadians. Yes. Yes.
Look at, they're so happy.
So my question is, I love this little shot here. I wanted to end off on that. Oh, next week they're doing
Is
acting.
that gonna be the cover?
Just yet. I don't know just yet. Um, but next week they're doing an acting challenge.
Mm-hmm.
This is Raja. But then again, it could be a throw around, make you think this person's doing bad, but she's gonna do good.
Right.
So we're gonna see. Now here's my question. Do you think they're gonna reveal their lip syncs next week? Not their lipsticks next week? Because part of me feels like they should, but the other part of me feels like they shouldn't.
I don't think they should. They might, but I don't think they should.
Yeah. Oh, you was gonna send me home, bitch. And guess what? Now I'm in the top this week. I'm gonna send you home, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Mm-hmm.
for the drama in me, I want to know who everybody picked. To this day, I still want BB to confirm that it was Trixie who she had in her hand, because that's what
Mm.
Street was. BB picked Trixie's lip sync. She was ready to play the game, and I'm like, oh, boop, 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 boop. But she knew the flash, the she knew how the toxic fan base was. And so since she didn't send her home, she wasn't finna have any backlash come to her by revealing she would have sent her home. So yeah,
Right. And
I,
why are we so toxic? Why? Why? What's the point?
I want to see.
You don't know nothing about these people.
Maybe it is a TV show. This is for our entertainment. There is no need to go around and
Exactly.
these
It's a
before.
TV show.
Goodness gracious. Imagine if we didn't have the show. What are we doing then? Huh? Knowing
We'd be bored, sleep
knowing
at home.
people, they'll probably find something else to complain about.
Yeah, yeah, toxic, toxic,
I think they
toxic
are going
community.
to reveal it, because I heard it's in the contract now that they have to reveal them ever since BB pulled that stunt, because it wasn't in the contract before.
Uh,
It was, you have to reveal. But yeah, I want to see who they picked. I'm just nosy. I want to know. But I truly feel like Victoria picked Raja, and I feel like Vanity. I feel like Silky picked Vanity. I do.
Some hurt feelings next week. Some hurt
But
feelings.
there could be a chance that Victoria picked Vanity. There could be a good chance because I can't see Silky sending home Raja, but I
Right.
see Victoria sending home Vanity.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to see. We're just gonna have to see, honey.
Yes. And Vanity's coming really strong this season.
Oh, and she's
So
doing so much. Well, she did great her season, but at least she's not bottoming her way to the top four like she did on UK3.
they not playing in my good sister's face.
No. Although she should have been in the top for Snatch Game. She should have been. She should have been.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nice for the track record for her to have a little high there. But hey, we're gonna be quiet. But we've been running our
True.
mouths long enough, so let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Krisha, where can they find you on social medias?
You can find me at Cretia McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see y'all next week. Bye.